with Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp. Guys, how we doing? How about that game?
Good game.
How you doing today?
I'm doing great today. So last night, Charles Barkley called me out again. He called me a name again.
What did he call
as
you?
he repeatedly has for, I don't know, the last 20 years. So first, I would like to thank Charles Barkley for so faithfully watching us on Undisputed.
Yeah.
And second, I would like to congratulate Charles Barkley for finally getting a prediction right.
Yeah.
You know what? If you make enough goofy predictions, the odds are that eventually you're going to get one right.
You're right.
So Charles had predicted that Portland would win game one,
Right.
and now he has quadrupled down
Sweet.
that Portland will sweep your Los Angeles Lakers. And I say you better gloat while you can, Nostrachuckus, because it ain't going to last much longer.
Well, I don't really know why he chooses to take shots. I mean, people can have different views and varying opinions, and it's okay.
I do appreciate Shaq for saying, leave it alone, Chuck.
Shaq, looking out. All right, okay. How about we get to the game, shall we? Because Damian Lillard and the Blazers were just a bit too hot to handle for the Lakers last night. LeBron made history by becoming the first player to ever have 20 points, 15 rebounds, and 15 assists in a playoff game, but it wasn't enough. The Blazers ended the game on a 19-6 run to win 100-93, and Lillard finished with 34 points on 6 of 13 shooting from beyond the arc. Shannon, what on earth happened to your Lakers?
Skip, in the famous words of the not-so-good senator from Maine, Susan Collins, this is deeply troubling and concerning. Skip,
Well, you lost me on that reference.
Everybody, they'll know what I'm talking about. Skip, now, we had this conversation last week, and you asked me, when they played the Nuggets, you say, what's my level of concern? I said, Skip, I'm concerned. I said, they won the game, but I'm seeing some things that I don't like.
Yep.
And the main thing that happened, they shot 35% from the floor. They shot 15% from the three-point line, and they shot 65% from the free throw line. All those things, when you add them up, will be a defeat. And that's what happened, Skip. The Lakers' two stars, stars need to shine bright. They did not shine bright last night. And I know LeBron had a triple-double, had 23 points, but it took him 20 shots to get those 23 points. AD had 29 or 28. It took him 24 shots to get those 28 points.
Okay.
For the first time, Skip, I believe the pressure bothered Anthony Davis because he was airballing shots. A lot of his shots outside the paint, they weren't even close to going in. And that's concerning to me. AD missed 5 free throws last night. AD is normally money from the free throw line. He shoot 85%. He shot 71% last night. Down the stretch, he and LeBron both missed both free throws.
Back to back.
That's unacceptable. Your superstars got to play big, and then you hope your role players chime in. It got to the point last night, I said, can we give Danny Green just 1 point if he hits the rim on a three-point shot? LeBron had, 16 assists? He should have had 25.
I'll buy that.
I mean, they just can't shoot it. This is Skip. I mean, I could go into great detail and say this and that and talk about the lineups and they just cannot buy baskets. Caldwell Pope was over. I mean, Anthony Davis was minus 20. Danny Green was minus 20. Caldwell Pope minus 18. Those are your starters. And like I said, when you look at the line, you're going to look at LeBron had 23, 16, and 17? Wow. But it didn't seem impactful. Normally a stat line like that from LeBron is impactful. You know his imprint is on it.
I am with you. When I saw it after the game, I was like, wow, I missed that. I didn't even know he was doing that.
But Anthony Davis, Skip, he's got to play better. Another 2-point outing in the fourth quarter. And there's a reason why they're letting you shoot those threes. There's a reason why they're letting you shoot those 20-footers. AD made basically 2 points outside of the paint, Skip. That's not good enough. He's better than that. Stop shying away. Stop doing those floaters. Put the ball on the floor and get to the rim and get to the free throw line. He shot 17 free throws. He should have shot 27 free throws. If he wasn't going to bail the Blazers out, he bailed them out a lot. But Skip, I'm concerned because the thing that's most concerning to me is that there's nobody on the horizon that can help them. Rondo don't shoot any better than what they have on the court. And again, the thing that concerned me last week against the Nuggets, I say, Skip, that was the second unit that shot 68% from the floor. If they can't stop them, how in the hell are they going to stop the Blazers or anybody else in crunch time? And that's what we saw last night. They couldn't stop. They went on. Blazers went on a 19-6 run and basically blew the game open.
Okay. So let me start with the very biggest picture from last night. If you shoot 5 for 32 from 3 against the worst defensive team in the bubble and in the league, the worst.
Yes.
5 for 32 is 15.6% from 3. And you give up 24 points from the three-point line because they made 13 to your 5.
Right.
You're going to lose that basketball game. And it's not a blip. It's now a trend in the bubble because your Los Angeles Lakers in now 9 bubble games, 8 regular, that one last night.
That's a nice sample size.
It's pretty good. You're shooting 28.7% from the three-point line. This is among 22 teams that were in the bubble. You're dead last.
Yeah.
You're dead last in free throw shooting at 71.5%. Won't work. Can't win championships making 70-odd% of your free throws.
Right.
You need to be in the 80s. It's better to be closer to 90.
Skip, you mentioned the worst defensive team in the bubble. The Blazers average giving up 123 per game.
You got 93 last night. 93?
Let that sink in. With Anthony Davis and LeBron James on your roster, you got 30 points lower than what they normally give up.
Wow. Interesting. In scoring in the bubble, you are tied for worst with the Wizards in average points per game. So that's the big picture. Now let's go smaller picture. I have a whole lot to say about Damian Lillard's game, but first I must comment on your man LeBron's game. Here's the point of last night. With 7 minutes left in the game, LeBron James has in his hands the basketball with a 6-point lead.
Correct.
Shannon Sharp, as much as you love him, you have to admit, close that deal.
Yeah,
you got to, against the Blazers, you got to close it.
Yes.
You are LeBron freaking James. You got to take it home. And it is your quote unquote home game. I know it's in the bubble, but at least you're getting the piped in fake crowd noise, right? When you score, at least they're going to roar somehow, virtual roar, right?
Yes.
So you have a tiny home court advantage, not like Staples, but a tiny one. And Shannon Sharp, what happens down the stretch after that? Well, not much happens from LeBron James. Your man, Anthony Davis, had already disappeared, but he disappears in a lot of fourth quarters.
Right.
And what did he wind up with in the fourth quarter? Nothing.
Points.
2 points. He took 3 shots and made 1, right?
Yep.
Did he get to the free throw line? Yes, he did one time, but so did your man LeBron. So down the stretch, as you pointed out, back to back, they get to the first. LeBron missed a sort of a driving layup. It was ticked off the front of the rim. That was with 3:22 left. And that would have tied the game. I'm sorry, I missed those 2 free throws at 4:24. So he goes back to back with Anthony to the free throw line. Do you realize the psychological damage you do to your squad?
Yes.
If both you and your co-star,
your 2 best players,
your superstar, you march to the free throw line with the game on the line, both times you can tie the basketball game. If you make 2 or he makes 2, you tie the game. You put the pressure back on the underdog 8-seed Blazers, right? And you can't tell me they wouldn't start teetering a little bit. Those guys they're taking over now. You both go over. You 0 for 2 and 0 for 2. So you missed 4 straight free throws by your 2 superstars. It is a psychological crusher for your team. So then LeBron misses the driving layup at 3:32. He made a tip layup at 2:12 where he just tipped it and it went back in. It was slightly lucky, but I'm going to give him, he did score 2 points down the stretch.
Right.
And then that would have cut it to 4 if he had made that. I mean, he did. He did make that. That did cut it to 4. And then with 30 seconds left, LeBron James did have a chance to cut it to 2 and maybe make it a game again because it would have gotten dicey from the three-point line, and he missed that. He and Anthony Davis, and to your point, I don't know why Anthony is just drifting out there. It's almost LeBron-esque where I'll try these long shots because people won't hold me accountable.
Right.
These are hard shots for a 6'10" guy, right? They combined to go 1 for 10 from the free throw line, on the three-point line. You're going to lose.
You lose.
Your 2 best players 1 for 10.
Yeah.
You're up against Dame and CJ, and we know they can shoot it, and they're going to make more than 1 3-point shot in a game. So you have to cancel. You have you have to at least counterbalance that, and they did not. So my point is, down the stretch of that game, LeBron could not close it. And one other quick note on the Lakers, what do I always tell you? Who do I believe is the closer? Who was born to be the closer? Kyle Kuzma. So what happened to Kuzma in the fourth quarter? Well, he was heating up early in the quarter. He scored 4 straight points, and I thought, uh-oh, here he goes. Right. And with 8:03 left, Vogel pulls him out in favor of Danny Green. And it's a defensive switch because they don't trust him on defense because he's going to have to guard Dame or CJ usually the way.
But the thing is, Skip, with that, if that Danny Green is not knocking down shots, he's not that defensive guy that he once was. And so now they're playing 5-on-4.
You have to outscore Portland. You have to.
Yes.
You can because you have a huge advantage because they don't defend at any sort of level. So let Kyle Kuzma. What if you just let him have his head? Let him go. Let him run. Let him shoot.
Right.
Could he have made 3 or 4 more in a row? Nope. He's pulled. He's yanked, and he doesn't come back in for about 4 minutes. He comes back in. They were up 6 when he left. They were down 2 when he came back in. He got no more shots. He had a tip try on an offensive rebound, but he took no more shots the rest of the game. Help me out. Is that the right strategy here? I think not.
Well, Skip, we've been kind of questioning Vogel's lineup and how he's trying to play it, and I guess he wants to keep the pattern which he's gone with all year, is that once Avery Bradley left, Kyle Kuzma stayed in his bench role because he wanted someone that can generate offense coming off the bench. And KCP moved into the starting lineup. But if KCP is not going to give you but 1 point, if Danny Green is going to miss his first 5 or 6 shots and miss them badly, Skip, you got to get some points somewhere. Try Dion Waiters. They gave Dion Waiters a minute.
Little bit,
They gave 1 minute. What's he supposed to do?